Be me, 20, sophomore at State University, studying computer science, living in dorms with roommate who's never seen sunlight. Pretty much given up on dating after a string of disasters. Most girls think I'm weird for playing games and browsing image boards. Then I meet Riley in my data structures class. She's sitting in back row wearing oversized flannel and cargo pants. Short brown hair, no makeup. Looks bored as hell. Professor starts talking about linked lists. Hear her mutter, "This dumbass doesn't know what he's talking about." Turn around and she's already implementing the algorithm on her laptop. Holy shit, she actually knows programming. After class, walk up to her. "Yo, that implementation was clean as hell." She looks up with these piercing green eyes. "Thanks, professor's an idiot though. Wanna grab coffee and complain about how terrible this school is?" She grins, and it's game over for me. Coffee turns into 3-hour conversation about everything. Video games, anime, programming, internet culture. She knows more about obscure retro games than most guys I've met. Mentions she's been browsing image boards since middle school. "Wait, you actually know what a trip code is?" "Bitch, I was shitposting before you hit puberty." This girl is speaking my language fluently. Find out she lives off campus in small apartment. Want to come over and play some co-op games? Hell yes, Riley. This is everything I've ever wanted. Her apartment is perfect bachelor pad, gaming setup that puts mine to shame. Multiple monitors, custom PC, mechanical keyboard that costs more than my car. Walls covered in movie posters and game art. No girly decorations anywhere. Damn, Riley, your setup is insane. Thanks, built it myself. Want to run some Borderlands. Spend next 6 hours gaming together. She's actually good at shooters unlike most people. Carries me through several difficult missions. We're sitting on her couch sharing bag of chips. She's wearing tank top and I can see her toned arms. Girl clearly works out, but not in an obsessive way. Just naturally athletic and strong. Want to browse some threads together. Pulls up image board on her phone. We start reading Greentext stories and laughing our asses off. She's making commentary that's funnier than original posts. This Anon is definitely lying about having girlfriend. Nobody who browses here has ever touched woman, including you, Riley. Especially me, Anon, that's why I'm here with you instead of some normie Chad. Realize she's flirting and my brain short circuits. So you want to keep hanging out. Obviously, dumbass. You're first person I've met who isn't completely brain dead. Start spending every evening together. Gaming sessions turn into daily routine. She introduces me to games I've never played. Obscure Japanese imports, indie titles, retro classics. Her knowledge of gaming history is encyclopedic. Meanwhile, I show her some programming tricks. We start working on personal projects together. She's building game engine from scratch for fun. Meanwhile, I can barely get Hello World to compile. Riley, you're like actually genius level smart. Nah, just spent too much time alone with computers. Social skills are overrated anyway. Couldn't agree more, Riley. Few weeks in, she suggests we try some adult content together. Want to browse some interesting threads. Interesting how, Riley? She gives me a look that makes my heart race. You know exactly what I mean, Anon. We end up gooning together to same stuff. She's completely shameless about it, commenting on everything like we're watching sports. That guy's technique is terrible. She's clearly faking it. Most surreal experience of my life, but somehow perfectly natural. Like having bro who happens to be attractive girl. Relationship develops naturally from hanging out constantly. One night we're playing Dark Souls co-op, both getting frustrated at same boss fight. This is bullshit, Riley. Get good, scrub. Tackle her playfully, and we end up wrestling on couch. She's stronger than me, which is embarrassing but also kind of hot. Pins me down with her legs. I win, Anon. We're staring into each other's eyes. She leans down and kisses me. Soft at first, then more aggressive. Her hands in my hair, my hands on her waist. When we break apart, she's smiling. About damn time, idiot. Was wondering when you'd make move. You made the move, Riley. Had to, you're too much of coward. She's not wrong about that. Relationship becomes official after that night. Tell my roommate I'm dating someone. Bullshit, Anon, you've never talked to a girl in your life. Bring Riley to meet him. She walks in wearing band t-shirt and ripped jeans. Starts roasting him immediately about his anime figurine collection. Holy shit, dude, you actually bought Body Pillow. God, I wish that were me, roommate mutters under his breath. Riley hears him and laughs. Sorry, Kevin, she's taken by superior specimen. Kevin dies inside while Riley establishes dominance. From that point, everyone on floor knows I'm dating coolest girl in building. Guys keep asking how I managed to land someone like Riley. She plays games, bro, and she's hot. How is that even possible? They don't understand the tomboy mystique. Riley doesn't give a shit about typical relationship stuff. No fancy dinner dates or romantic movies. Our dates are LAN parties and shit-posting sessions. She pays for her own food and games. Never expects me to act like traditional boyfriend. Relationships are partnerships, anon, not charity cases. I make my own money and can take care of myself. This is everything I ever wanted in a partner. Months pass in perfect harmony. We're inseparable, but not in a clingy way, more like best friends who happen to be attracted to each other. She helps me with programming assignments. I help her optimize her game engine. We dominate online matches as duo team. Other players rage quit when they see our coordination. You two are cheating. Nah, we just have good communication. Riley trash talks better than most guys I know. Get wrecked, scrubs. Maybe try playing with hands instead of feet. She's savage and I love it. Things start changing when spring semester begins. Riley seems distracted during gaming sessions, checking her phone more often. Everything okay, Riley? Yeah, just family drama bullshit. Don't push it because she's a private person. A few days later, she gets text during our co-op session. Her face goes pale reading it. Who's texting you? Nobody important, Anon. But she's clearly rattled by whatever message said. Performance in games starts slipping. She's missing shots she normally makes easily, dying to enemies she usually destroys. Riley, you're playing like trash tonight. Sorry, just tired. Tired my ass, something's bothering her. Week later, mystery is solved when Guy shows up at her apartment. I'm over for usual gaming session when doorbell rings. Riley freezes like deer in headlights. Who the hell is that? Probably just delivery driver. Goes to answer door and I hear male voice. Hey Riley, we need to talk. Now is not good time, Derek. Derek, who the hell is Derek? She comes back looking stressed. Who is that Riley? My ex-boyfriend from high school. What does he want? He's transferring here next semester. Wants to get back together, apparently. Oh, hell no. Derek, you can go straight to hell. What did you tell him? That I'm seeing someone now. Good, problem solved. But Riley doesn't look convinced problem is solved. He's not the type to give up easily and on. Let me worry about Derek, Riley. Easier said than done because Derek starts showing up everywhere. At coffee shop where we usually hang out. At library where Riley studies. Even at arcade where we play fighting games. Guy is tall, athletic, conventionally handsome. Everything. I'm not basically. He keeps trying to talk to Riley when I'm not around. Derek asked me to reconsider our relationship. He says he's changed since high school. Wants to prove he can be better boyfriend. Better boyfriend than what, Riley? Better than he was before Anon. Not better than you, but there's uncertainty in her voice now. Start noticing Riley acting different around me, less playful during gaming sessions, doesn't initiate physical contact as much, stops making crude jokes and commentary. Riley, you've been weird lately. What do you mean, Anon? You're not acting like yourself. Maybe I'm just growing up. Growing up into what exactly Derek thinks I should be more mature. Focus on serious goals instead of wasting time on games. Derek thinks a lot of things, apparently. Since when do you care what Derek thinks? Since he pointed out some things about my life. Like what things, Riley? Like how I spend all my time playing games instead of studying. Like how I'm not taking college seriously enough. This doesn't sound like Riley talking. This sounds like Derek's voice coming out of her mouth. Riley, you have better grades than most people in program. You're already more skilled than half our professors. Derek doesn't understand that, though. He just sees girl wasting potential on childish hobbies. Childish hobbies that we bonded over. Childish hobbies that make her happy. Situation gets worse when Derek starts joining our study groups, shows up uninvited and acts like he belongs there, asks Riley questions about assignments in front of everyone. Need help with that, Riley? I'm pretty good at math. She already knows the math, Derek, you absolute moron. But Riley lets him help anyway, starts deferring to his opinions on technical topics. Riley, who could code circles around this guy, letting him mansplain programming concepts to her. That's interesting perspective, Derek. Interesting perspective. My ass, he's completely wrong. But I keep mouth shut because causing scene won't help. Derek starts suggesting group activities that exclude gaming. We should all go hiking this weekend. Fresh air would be good for everyone. Riley agrees even though she hates outdoor activities. Hiking sounds fun and wanna come. No, Riley, I don't want to go hiking. I want to stay inside and play games like we always do, but end up going because refusing would make me look like asshole. Spend miserable day watching Derek show off his outdoorsy knowledge. See that bird, Riley? That's red-tailed hawk. This trail connects to waterfall about mile ahead. Meanwhile, I'm dying from exhaustion and insect bites. Riley keeps looking between me and Derek, comparing us in ways that make me uncomfortable. Derek is naturally athletic, confident in outdoor settings. I'm pale, out of shape, complaining about everything. Not exactly impressive display of masculinity. This was fun, guys. We should do outdoor stuff more often. Riley suggesting outdoor activities now. Girl who used to mock people who exercised voluntarily. Since when do you like hiking, Riley? Since I realize sitting inside all day isn't healthy. Derek's right about needing fresh air and exercise. Derek's right about a lot of things, apparently. Start losing Riley bit by bit to Derek's influence. Our gaming sessions become shorter and less frequent. Can't stay up late and on. Derek and I are going for morning run. Morning run with Derek now. She stops browsing image boards with me. That stuff is kind of toxic and on. Derek helped me realize how negative those communities are. Negative communities that brought us together. Negative communities where we found each other. But Derek knows better about internet culture somehow. Final nail in coffin comes during spring break. Riley cancels our plans to marathon new game release. Derek invited me to visit his family for a week. Visit his family already, Riley? It's just his friends and on. He wants me to meet his parents. Friends don't introduce friends to parents, Riley. I'll be back before classes start. We can hang out then. She leaves for a week with Derek. Spend entire break alone in dorm room. Roommate keeps asking where Riley is. Visiting her friend's family, a friend or boyfriend, Kevin. Friend for now. When Riley comes back, she's different. Wearing clothes I've never seen before. More feminine, put together. Derek's mom took me shopping. Helped me pick out some nicer outfits. Nicer than what Riley. Nicer than band t-shirts and cargo pants. More appropriate for someone my age. Appropriate according to who? Derek's family is really successful and on. His dad owns construction company. His mom is interior designer. They think I have a lot of potential. Potential for what exactly? Potential to be more than just gamer girl. Potential to build real career and future. Real career like software engineering isn't real. Real future like ours isn't worth considering. Try to salvage what's left of our relationship. Plan special evening just for us. New co-op game she's been wanting to try. Her favorite takeout food. Recreate our early dates when everything was perfect. This is nice and on. Reminds me of when we first started hanging out. Exactly. Riley, those were good times. But I've been thinking about things differently lately. Derek helped me see that maybe we want different things. Different things like what? He wants to build something real together. You just want to keep playing games forever. Games that made us happy, Riley. Games that brought us together. There's more to life than entertainment and on. Derek has goals, ambitions, plans for future. Plans that apparently don't include me. What about our plans, Riley? What about the projects we're working on together? Those are just hobbies and on. Derek is talking about real things. Marriage, career, family. To Derek, after a few months. Career doing what exactly, but family. With guy who doesn't understand her at all. Riley, he doesn't even know who you really are. He's trying to change everything about you. He's not changing me, Anon. He's helping me grow up into someone else entirely. What if I don't want you to grow up? What if I like you exactly as you are? She looks sad for the moment. That's the problem, Anon. You want me to stay same forever. Derek sees potential for something better. Something better than being happy. Something better than being yourself. I think we should take break, Anon. Give me time to figure out what I really want. Already know what you want, Riley. You want Derek's version of successful adult life. How long of break? However long it takes. However long it takes for Derek to completely erase me, pack up my stuff from her apartment, controller, games, personal projects we worked on. She helps carry boxes to my car. This doesn't have to be permanent, Anon. Maybe when I sort things out. Sort things out means choose between Derek and me. Already know which way that choice is going. Take care of yourself, Riley. You too, Anon. Last time we speak directly. A few weeks later, here through mutual friends, Riley and Derek are officially dating. She deleted all her social media accounts. Derek thinks social media is a waste of time. Of course he does. See them together around campus occasionally. Riley dressed differently, acting differently, walking hand in hand with Derek, like perfect couple. She doesn't make eye contact when we pass. Probably embarrassed about her gamer phase. Probably relieved she found someone more mature. Month later, here she switched majors, from computer science to business administration. wants to help Derek expand his family's company, throwing away years of programming talent to be supportive girlfriend in Derek's success story. Try texting her once about school project we worked on. Hey Riley, do you still have those game engine files? Sorry, Anon deleted all that old stuff. Derek helped me clean out my hard drives, helped you erase every trace of who you used to be. Semester ends and I barely see them anymore. Riley transformed into a completely different person. Conventional college girlfriend, living conventional life. Derek got exactly what he wanted. Girl who conforms to his expectations. Girl who gave up everything that made her unique. Sitting here playing games alone, remembering when gaming meant sharing experience with someone special. Remembering when shitposting meant inside jokes with best friend. Remembering when relationship meant accepting someone completely, instead of molding them into your ideal partner. Sometimes I wonder if Riley ever misses her old life. If she ever thinks about games we played together. If she ever regrets choosing conformity over authenticity. Probably not though. Probably too busy being Derek's perfect girlfriend to remember the girl who used to beat me at Dark Souls. Be me, 21, Feminon, who spends way too much time reading manga, working part-time at campus library while studying literature. Not exactly the type guys usually notice. Bookish, quiet, probably read more than I talk to actual humans. Spending Saturday afternoon at local bookstore, browsing new releases, looking through latest volumes when some guy reaches for same manga. Oh, sorry, you were here first. Look up to see cute guy with messy brown hair and genuine smile. It's cool, you can grab it. Nah, ladies first. Besides, I was just checking if they had volume 12. They do? It's right there behind the shonen section. His face lights up like I just solved world hunger. You actually know where stuff is in this maze. I may have spent embarrassing amount of time here. Embarrassing or impressive depends how you look at it. We end up talking for hour about different series. Turns out he's into same obscure titles I am. Not just mainstream stuff, but weird experimental manga most people skip. Have you read Flowers of Evil? Dude, yes, psychological horror disguised as slice of life. Exactly. Most people don't get the deeper themes. Finally, someone who understands that manga can be legitimate art form. I'm Jake, by the way. Sarah, nice to meet another person of culture. He laughs at that and then asks if I want to grab coffee. Coffee turns into 3-hour conversation about everything. Books, movies, philosophy, life goals. He actually listens when I talk instead of waiting for his turn, asks follow-up questions about my opinions, treats my thoughts like they matter. You have really interesting perspective on things, Sarah. Most people think I'm weird for overanalyzing stories. Weird in good way though, like you see things others miss. No one's ever called my weirdness good before. When coffee shop starts closing, he asks for my number. Would you maybe want to do this again sometime? Like a date or just hanging out? Definitely a date if you're interested. Give him my number because why not take chance for once? A few days later, he texts asking if I want to see new Studio Ghibli film. Perfect first date choice for someone like me. Meet him at theater and he's wearing button-up shirt. Clearly made effort to look nice, which is sweet. During movie, he occasionally glances at me to see my reactions. Not in creepy way, but like he wants to share experience. After movie, we walk around downtown talking about animation techniques. The way they animated the hair movement in Wind was incredible. Miyazaki always gets those little details perfect. You really pay attention to stuff like that. Probably too much attention. No such thing as too much when it comes to things you love. He stops walking and looks at me seriously. You know what, Sarah? What? You're like my little Cinnabon. You're what now? Cinnabon, you know those sweet pastries. Are you calling me fat, Jake? No, not like that at all. Looks panicked, like he messed up badly. I meant sweet and warm and comforting. Like something that makes everything better just by existing. Oh, that's actually really cute. So I'm pastry now. You're my favorite pastry. That's probably weirdest compliment I've ever gotten, but also kind of adorable. He grins and takes my hand. So can I keep calling you my lil Cinnabon? Only if you explain the full reasoning behind this nickname. Well, you're sweet, obviously, and you have this warm personality that makes people comfortable, and you smell like vanilla sometimes. That's my shampoo, Jake. See, even your hair care choices are dessert-themed. Can't argue with that logic. Second date, he picks me up with coffee and actual Cinnabon. Thought you might appreciate the irony. You bought me my own namesake. Seemed appropriate for my little Cinnabon. Nickname starts growing on me because of how he says it, not mocking or patronizing, but genuinely affectionate, like I'm something precious and sweet to him. third date, we go to art museum. He insists on reading every placard out loud, making up elaborate backstories for paintings. This Renaissance lady definitely had secret manga collection. Look at her expression. She's thinking about plot twists. You can't just project modern interest onto historical figures. Watch me, Cinnabon. This knight clearly played video games. How do you figure that? Look at his stance, total Dark Souls energy. Spend whole afternoon laughing at his ridiculous art interpretations. Realize he's making me see things differently. Not just art, but everything. Making ordinary museum visit into adventure. You're really good at making things fun, Jake. Only because you appreciate my brilliance, Cinnabon. Your brilliance is very specific type. Specific type that works on you, though. Can't deny that. Few weeks in, he starts using nickname in different contexts. Texting, "Good morning, my little Cinnabon," introducing me to his friends as his Cinnabon, even uses it during serious conversations. "What do you think about this, Cinnabon?" "You okay, my little Cinnabon?" Becomes less about pastry and more about belonging to someone, being someone's special person with special name. Realize I've never had nickname before. Parents always called me Sarah. Friends just use my name. But Jake created something just for me, something that represents how he sees me, sweet and comforting and worth cherishing. Start calling him my favorite weirdo in return. That's not as cute as Cinnabon, but it's accurate. Fair point, my little Cinnabon. Month into dating, he admits the real story. Want to know why I really started calling you Cinnabon? There's more to it. First time I saw you at bookstore, you were holding manga and looking so focused. And you had this little smile while reading, like you found something that made you genuinely happy. Reminded me of how I feel when I smell Cinnabon's baking. That instant warmth and happiness. So you became my source of that feeling, my lil Cinnabon who makes everything better. Never had someone explain their feelings so specifically before. Most guys just say generic compliments, but Jake notices exact expressions and associates them with happiness. That's actually really sweet. Sweet like a Cinnabon. You're never letting this nickname go, are you? Not a chance, my lil Cinnabon. Few months later, realize how much nickname means to me. Represents being seen and appreciated for who I actually am. Not trying to change me or make me more social. Just genuinely enjoying my personality as it exists when he introduces me to his family. Everyone, this is Sarah, but I call her my lil Cinnabon because she's sweet and makes everything better. His mom immediately loves the nickname. That's adorable, Jake. Sarah, you must be very special. He's never given anyone a pet name before. Learn I'm first girlfriend. He's cared enough about to nickname. Makes it feel even more meaningful. Now whenever he calls me Cinnabon, remember that I'm his first and only his special person who gets special treatment. A few weeks into dating, Jake introduces me to his best friend Marcus. Sarah, this is Marcus. He's also a man of culture. Marcus looks like typical weeb stereotype. Glasses, anime shirt, probably hasn't seen gym in years. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Heard a lot about you. Jake won't shut up about his lil Cinnabon. We're hanging out watching anime when conversation takes expected turn. Have you guys seen the new seasonal releases? Some interesting titles this quarter. Marcus starts talking about his specific interests. I appreciate all forms of Japanese animation, including the more artistic adult-oriented content. There it is, the hentai conversation. Marcus is basically walking encyclopedia of that stuff. It's legitimate art form with complex narratives. Most people don't understand the psychological depth. Take Euphoria, for example, complex character study. Jake starts laughing at Marcus getting passionate. Here we go, Marcus is about to give full lecture. But Marcus makes valid points about storytelling. Even if subject matter is questionable, you really analyze this stuff seriously. Of course, everything has deeper meaning if you look. Realize they're having legitimate discussion about narrative craft, not just being horny weebs. You guys actually critique this like film students. Because we are film students, Sarah. Marcus thanks me for listening without judgment. Most girls think I'm weird for analyzing this stuff. But you actually engage with ideas. Jake's lucky to have someone so understanding. His lil Cinnabon is definitely keeper. Walking home with Jake, he seems happy. Marcus really likes you. He doesn't open up about his interests often, but you listened without being weird about it. A few days later, Marcus starts calling me Cinnabon too. Feels like acceptance into their friend group. Month later, realize how much nickname means coming from both of them. Jake calls me Cinnabon because I'm sweet and special to him. Marcus calls me Cinnabon because I'm accepted part of their group. Someone who doesn't judge their interests. Feeling like I found my people. Weird anime-obsessed people who see depth in everything. People who call me sweet names and appreciate my thoughts. Sitting here being everyone's favorite Cinnabon. Never thought Weeb Friend Group would feel like family. But here we are, analyzing anime and feeling understood.